Can somebody tell me what is a module? What is
Pre-written
a
code.
module? What's the purpose of a module? Any file that you write, it is a module. Okay, any program that you write, any file that you create is a module. Okay, purpose of the module is that it is used to perform certain tasks. Okay, and module allows us to reuse one or more functions in your program. Okay, so even if you didn't write that code, from another module you can take that functions and you can use that functions in your program. Okay, so even if that function is not defined in your program, you can take it from some other module and you can use those functions in your program. That facility you have with the import keyword. Okay, so to do that, what you need to use the import keyword. So here you have two different programs, right? The first one is the program that you are working on, and the second one is from where you want to take the functions. So I have two programs here. Say I'm having two programs. Okay, so this is the first program A, and I have another program B. Okay, so these two are two different programs. And in this B program, I'm having a function which is fun function, and there is a variable X in this B program. Okay, so I'm making you understand what is a module. So I have two programs. Okay, so this is a.py. You can say this is a program a.py, and this is b.py. So this is another program. And inside this program, so the programs that you create, the files you create in itself are modules. And so you can say B is a module. Using it in A, it means that you are using module B. So inside B module, so I have a function which is fun function, and then I have a variable X, and I have some other function. Okay, so fun2. So say that in B I'm having these three things. Okay, two functions and one variable I have in function in program B. Now I want to use this fun and X and fun2 in A. Okay, so the same task you are performing in fun in A module or in A program. So what you can do is, rather than writing the code for fun and fun2, you can actually use this module. Okay, you can use the code written in this module in this particular program A. So how can you do that? So this is an individual program and this is an individual program, right? When you execute this program, what happens is your interpreter will only look in this particular program A, and say in the middle you are saying fun. So it will check whether fun is defined in A program. So fun is not defined in A program. Fun is defined in B program. And the code also is there in B program. How can your interpreter execute this fun in A program unless and until you give the code of fun? So to do that, you are having a keyword which is called as import keyword. By using import keyword, what you can do is you can say import B in program A. You can say import B in program A. Automatically, when your interpreter looks into the keyword import, it will understand that it has to bring in all the variables and functions from B into this program. So there is a connection established with this particular import keyword between program A and program B. Very important that even if you know the method, it is not enough. For example, you know that there is a square root method, but you don't know in which header file this square root method is. Then you cannot use, right? So it is very important for you to know the modules and what are the functions that are there in the module. So that should be your learning, because you cannot simply use this fun unless and until you know the name of the module. So the name, because this function is identified only with the module name. Okay, it is important for us to know the name of the module as well as the methods inside the module. This is clear to my class. Let me show you what are the available modules in Python. Okay, so module index. Okay, and here the modules are the names of the modules are lexically arranged here from A to Z. And you can see these are all the list of modules that are available in Python. Okay, So these are built-in modules. Okay, so the modules that are available with your Python language. So you can see here there is a main module. Okay, so the description of the main module. The environment where the top level script is run is called as the main module. So that we write will be in the main module, and you're executing without giving any names to the module. So any program that you write and execute directly is in the main module. Main module file is executed directly. It is in the main module of a program. So main modules are given a name. So you can see the name of the module. What is the name of the module? So you have two underscores main and two underscores. So this is the name. The main module can import any number of other modules. Okay, so the main module can take in module B, module A, module calendar, or any module it can import in itself. But you cannot import the main module in another modules. Is this clear? Module can take any program that you write. It means that just understand from where the execution begins. Okay, from where the execution begins, the execution of your Python program begins in the main module. Main module, you can bring in other modules. Other modules means that you can bring the math module, you can bring the ABC module, any module you can bring into the main program. But you cannot take this main program into other modules. So is it clear, right? Okay, so you can see this. So now we are saying identifiers, and identifiers are pertaining to the variables, pertaining to the names of the functions. All that Python have in itself is nothing but the built-in namespace. And by using this built-ins, you can find out all the names that Python has used. I'll show you those that are there in C letter. So you can see calendar is there. So I'll show you some of the calendar module. So these are all that is a hyperlink. Once you click this, it will take you to the that particular module specifically. For example, I'm clicking on this calendar. It will take me to the calendar page. Okay, so here it will give all the description regarding the calendar related functions. So inside the module, the name of the module is calendar, and this calendar module is having some functions. Okay, so it will show you all the description of the calendar function. So it is saying this module allows you to output calendar. Okay, and then it is saying there are some methods over here, and what is the calendar, that Gregorian calendar format it follows. And then it is saying all the methods. It is giving you all the methods that are there in the calendar. So iterate weekdays, iter month dates, iter month dates and days, and then days too. So each and every method have got its own description. And then you can see here, like there is a text calendar. Okay, so text calendar will, what is the purpose of this? This class can be used to generate plain text calendars. So if you want to generate, I'll show you the code for how to generate a calendar. I'll show you how I have generated the calendar for the June month, for this month, and I'll show you. So wherein I have used this text calendar, and inside this text calendar class, like you're having this format method, then month, and all this you have. So you just need to know like what is the module, and what are the classes, what are the functions, what are the variables available in that module. So if you want to create a calendar, I need to import the calendar module in my program. After importing the calendar module only, I can use the functions in the calendar module. Without importing the calendar module, I cannot use the functions. Like format is very important. Okay, so because you will be knowing like which module is used for what. So you can see like functions for working with calendars. Okay, so in the similar way, like you can see there is a C math here. This is the module name, and this math, what is the description? What is the module used for? The module is for mathematical functions for complex numbers. So one more point like you can observe is like this calendar is like calendar folder. Okay, so you can imagine the modules to be folders wherein you are grouping the similar things. inside the calendar module, you can find all the functions related to the calendar operation. Okay, so you can find operations related to calendar. Now here in the math, CMath module, you can find all the functions related to the CMath, related to the complex number. So this is like a folders that you create on your desktop, right? This is like directories and folders that you create. So this is there is an email module also. Okay, so what is this email module? Package supporting parsing, manipulating, and generating email messages. So since if you want to send some notification, email notification, so for all that you will be using these email modules. So what you have to do, you so implementation of the enum class. If you want enum in your program, you will be importing this enum package. And then you have this, so you have many modules over here. Then coming to G, so these are all the modules. So you have graphlib, then you have glob, then you have gettext, getpass. All these are the modules. Okay, and this GC you can see here, interface to the cycle detecting garbage collection. Okay, so related, you have hashlib, then you have HTML. Okay, then you have, okay, status codes, all that you have. Then you can see like you have import lib and all these other modules with starting I, and then you have JSON. Okay, so encode and that. Okay, and then keyword. Okay, so text, whether it's string in Python, so you can actually do all the methods pertaining to that will be available in the keyword module. You can explore them. These are there in Python docs. So you can directly go into the Python docs and explore them. Okay, so these are have the logging and all this. And then you have mailbox, all these are, so you can see one thing which you can associate with. So this is the math module. Okay, so if you want the mathematical functions, like let me open this and show you. So here, see, I mean, this is a module. This module provides access to the mathematical functions defined by the C standard. Okay, so C programming standard. So they have just taken the functions from there. And you can see like all the functions, okay, available. So here all the methods are defined with the arguments that they take, and what is the return type of the function. Everything is listed over here. So you have this GCD also. So I already told you in Python, you needn't write the code. You can directly use the GCD to find out the GCD between two numbers. So everything is there. Okay. So all the functions along with the arguments that it takes, and the return type, and what should be the argument type, and all that, in which version they are, from which version they are deprecated, all that information you'll be getting in each and every module here. So this is regarding your math module. So you can use, in case if you want any of the functions listed in the math module, you have to import the math module in your programs. In the similar way, like you have your numeric abstract base classes for the numbers, for the real complex and integrals, all these are there in the numbers. And then operators, okay, functions corresponding to the standard operators. Then you can see for P, you can see you have pickle here. So you need this pickle to convert Python objects to stream of bytes and back. So this you will be needing it in your applications. Pickle module is needed. And then you have synchronized queue class you have. And so then random is there, which will generate a pseudo random number. So you can use, sometimes you will be needing a random number, right? In many of the algorithms, you will be needing random number, especially with when you write algorithms pertaining to the encryption and decryption and all that, you will be requiring a random number. So in that case, you'll be taking a system generated random number. So for that, you will be using this random. In Java, we call that as rand. Okay, so random number, for that module will be including the methods, how you will be generating a random method. Okay, so these are all the modules pertaining to S. Just take a look at this particular. Okay, so access system specific parameters and functions. So this is the system module which will be interacting with your interpreter. Your interpreter will take this sys module only and use a lot of functions from this sys module. The interpreter will be using all this. Okay, I think I have shown you this also yesterday. Yesterday I have shown you this. So you can see that this module provides access to some variables used or provided by the interpreter. Okay, so these are all the methods, okay, variables that are available module. Okay, fine. I have highlighted sys.a, meaning that you can find exit in the system module. Okay, and this exit is taking certain arguments, right? What is this function used for exit from Python? Okay, these are all the modules that are available environments, creation of virtual environments. This is used for that. Okay, so you'll be seeing that in PyCharm. So you can see all these are the, all this is the description, okay, of this one. Okay, all these are the create. Okay, so create method is there. So all this are the, is the description of your module. Okay, fine. And W. Okay, so W, all these are the modules. Okay, so web browser and Wave and Weakref and all that. Then X, you're having XML, then all this you have. Okay, fine. So these are something which are associated with Z. Okay, so some modules are starting with Z. One is like you can use all the modules that I have shown you in your program. So which are the modules that are defined by Python programming language, or else you can create your own modules. Okay, you can create two programs, one program into another program. I'll show you all that. Okay, now the concept wherein I want to write a program to add two numbers that are given as command line arguments. Okay, so they are given as command line arguments. I think you know it because you have command during the execution process itself. I am sending 15 and 10 into the program. But generally, what we'll do, where if it is not command line arguments, what it will do, you will say main.py, and then after that the control, the interpreter will start executing your program line by line. And finally, for example, in case in the middle, if it encounters a input statement, then it will show you on the screen. So that is during the process of execution. But here what you are doing is, while executing itself, with the line of execution itself, you are sending the arguments. Okay, so for taking these command line arguments, you need to have special arguments. Okay, so those are called as this args. Okay, so these are called as this args. And what it will do is, the first argument that you have passed is main.py. Okay, so that's the program name. So this is like, you can understand, this is at 0 and this is 1 and this is at 2. Okay, 0, 1, 2. What is 0? 0 is nothing but the name of the program. You're asking your interpreter to start executing the program that is given at args v0. Okay, and then you're saying take these two values as an argument. You're not only two, here I'm saying I want to, who will be catching is the system module. Okay, so in the system module, I'm having an method. This is not a method, this is a variable. So this args variable is like your array. Okay, so which will be taking the index number over here. Okay, so the first one is at 0, the second one is at 1, right? So I'm saying 1. Okay, and where is this args? If I simply say args, your program will throw you an error because you don't know what is args. Okay, so it will check only in its namespace, in its local namespace. Because I didn't, I'm not having args. I have to define it, right, to actually access it. So since I didn't define, I'll get an error. So what you have to do is, you have to execute this program. I'll show you the result of this particular program. Okay, right. So I'll go to this, and then what I'm saying sum is equal to a plus b, and then I'm printing the sum. So as I execute, so you can also